Hello everybody, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back and I have an interesting video for you. Today I want to talk a little bit more about the Wowtac Model A3. Now in my last video I got to show the unboxing and I didn't quite get to finish the video the way I wanted to. I had to go to work. So I'm back, here it is, part 2, and in today's video what I want to talk about is I want to do some torture testing. I want to do the IPX4 waterproof testing, and I want to do the impact resistance testing, and at the end of the video I want to show this flashlight in a dark application so you can see the zoomable focusing of the lens and the brightness of the light in a dark environment. So stay with me. I hope you enjoy the video today. It should be a lot of fun. Go ahead and shower the flashlight. IPX4, and that's a pretty big thing of water. Check our zoom function. Flashlight's still working. I'm not seeing any problems. So let's take a look at the functionality. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. And then, does my focus still work? Yes, it does. I don't have any water in the flashlight. Let's turn it off. Check the reading mode. Still there. Turbo is there. Strobe is still there. So that is the waterproof IPX4 rating. Again, this test that I did was a little bit more extreme than what the flashlight's designed to do, but it held up, no problem. Let's try it one more time just for good measure. Got the light, plenty of water. I mean, it's just raining down on this flashlight. Really good. Hope that you can see it as good as it's coming down. I mean, it's really, I'm just soaking the crap out of this light, and it's not having any issues at all. So definitely, without a doubt, let's try to change the modes in the water here. Low, medium, high. Low, medium, high. There's turbo. Let's go to strobe. Can we get to reading mode? There's reading mode. So this is a beautiful flashlight. You know, it's a pretty intense test that I just did. Let's take a look one more time at the functionality. Let's turn it on. Okay, let's go through the modes. Low, medium, high. Low, medium, high. Turbo, strobe. Wow, I'm impressed. Pretty cool. Definitely, I definitely put it past what it's rated to do. This test was probably closer to IPX5, to be completely honest with you. This flashlight is rated at 1.5 meters for a drop test. Now I want to do a couple different tests. I want to turn the flashlight on, so we're on low, and 1.5 meters to me is about hip high. Now generally speaking, this torture test is just dropping it on the ground. So I'm taking it a little bit more than what it's rated for in the aspect of me dropping it on concrete floor here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first drop. I'm going to put the lens all the way forward. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the lens all the way forward to get this setting. And I'm going to just drop it right here. You can see flashlight's still working. Let's go through the modes. High, low, medium, high. Turbo, strobe. Let's see if we got firefly, or excuse me, reading. Still have reading. Okay, so we'll keep it on reading, and what we'll do at this point on the reading setting, hopefully you can see that, we're going to put the lens in this time. We're going to drop it straight down on the lens. Looking at the flashlight, still on. Let's go through the modes. Let's turn it off. We'll turn it on. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Let's try turbo. There's turbo. There's strobe. Let's go to low. Okay, so we're on low. Now let's do this one more time. Let's put the lens forward and we'll do that same drop face down right into the concrete. And you notice I'm a little bit above waist high. Flashlight's still on. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the settings here. Medium, high, low, medium, high, low. Let's try turbo. There's turbo. Let's try strobe. Got strobe. Let's go to firefly or reading. Looks like it's working. Can I still zoom? Yes, I can. Now if we're going to look at the flashlight itself, you can see that there's a little bit of damage cosmetically to the flashlight from where I dropped it right on the end of it. Not too big of a deal. So I would say that for that portion of the drop test it's passed. Now what I want to do is I want to drop it straight down like this on the butt of the flashlight. So let's turn it on. So we have it on low. And I will do the first test with the lens all the way out. So just like that. I'm going to drop it straight down just like this. Here we go. Flashlight is still on. Let's go through the modes and see the medium, high, low, medium, high, low. Let's check for turbo. Working good. Strobe. Oh, I had it there for a second and I clicked it again, turned it off. That was my fault. So there's turbo again. There's strobe. Let's check the reading setting. And we're back in reading. So now the next drop, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put the lens in. So instead of being out like this, I'm going to put the lens in. I'm going to drop it right down on the butt again. And you can see that I'm dropping it a little higher than waist high. So I'm actually going past what this thing's technically rated for two reasons. One, I'm going a little higher, and two, I'm dropping it on concrete. So let's take a look. Do we have the functionality? So let's turn it off. Let's go to reading mode. We got reading mode. Let's turn it off. Go to low. Hold it down, medium, high, low. Turbo. Strobe. So the flashlight's working good. Let's take a look at the end cap. You can see a little bit of cosmetic damage there from the drop. Right now I'm in my shop. And what I want to do is I want to turn the flashlight on and I'm going to play with the zoom. I'm going to go from spot to flood. And what I want to do is I want to show the first setting, which is the lowest setting, which is reading. So let's get this flashlight turned on. We're going to go to the reading function. And here is the flood setting on reading. Okay, this is the reading setting on flood. You can see my motorcycle in front of me. You can see a ladder, ceiling fan, a little bit on the ceiling. And then if I start to zoom using the focus, I can focus the light a little bit closer. Like over there in the back you can see my reloading benches, my presses, things like that. There's a light hanging up there. And so I'm all the way zoomed into a spotlight now. And if I go back to flood, it kind of opens up the light to the whole area. Now the next setting that I want to show, we're going to start with the flood again, but I'm going to show low. Now from reading to low, there's honestly not that big of a difference. We are on low. Let the camera focus a little bit. You can clearly see what's going on, and then as I zoom in on the object, you can see that the light pattern focuses on what I'm trying to look at. You can also see that the LED has a square looking pattern. Okay, so that's low. Now let's go to medium. There's low, medium, high, low, medium. There's medium. You can clearly see what's going on. What is that on the floor right there? That's a little pan that I used to melt wax for making candles. You can see a Makita radio. There's some reloading presses, and then when you zoom out to flood, it really sheds some decent light on the situation. Now if we go up to the highest setting, low, medium, high, now we get the full output of the light. Well, we're not at turbo yet, but we get a lot of output. You can definitely pinpoint certain items. You can also see that even on full focus, we still have a lot of residual light outside of the focused beam. So that's kind of cool. It lights up the whole area. Now if I double click and I go to turbo, now we have the full potential, full 600 lumens. We have all the power that this light can produce. Again, it has kind of a squared pattern, kind of cool, but you can clearly see what's going on. In fact, you look at my motorcycle, the ladder, I mean, it's almost too much light. Now we'll play with the strobe function. There you got strobe. So if you had to get somebody's attention, you could absolutely do that. Now we're going to go back to reading. Back to reading. I like that setting. Medium.